Well, well, well.
Congrats on the victory. Who do we have there?
This is Gia.
Hi, Gia. So I also see you got some family outside. Who'd you have here at the Apex?
That's my
Or-
older cousin. He lives in LA. He came in town, and one of my social media manager, marketer, helpers. So his lady. So
How much more fun is it to fight with friends and family in the building?
way better, right? And it's funny every time I come back to the Apex, I kind of have a few more people cheering for me. And guys, this is my 7th fight in the Apex. I would love to fight in more arenas. So after they make this place a little bit bigger, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind main eventing here. If it's 5 rounds, I know I'm built for 5. Push a very hard pace. I would love that. But, fighting in the Apex is kind of like what comes with being as active as I am, so I understand that as well.
I was gonna say, I mean, you trying to tie Holland's record for 5 fights in a year or something? You're gonna try to get one more in before the year?
Well, I fought in February, right? So I'm pretty sure I'll fight again before February. I'll probably break the record from sure, whatever that is. But I wanted to fight December 14th in Miami because I live in Orlando now. I'm healthy. Nothing's wrong with me. So if anything makes sense, I'll fight little Arlong from Rodriguez, whatever his name, who fought on Noche. Looked like Arlong from One Piece. But, yeah, I'll fight somebody like that. I don't care. It's not about numbers. I would love a top 10 number, top 10 guy, But McMahon knows what he's doing. Got an exciting weight class right now.
Yeah. Seems like she agrees. She thinks top 10 probably for you.
Oh.
Everyone gets shy when they in front of the cameras.
Funny thing about my walkout, we just happened to be singing that song the last 2 weeks. That was her song.
Oh,
So
that's
that's why we walked out to it, and she was singing along. It was more for her than anybody.
Yeah. Well, tell me tonight, how'd you feel out there?
I felt great. It was a long weight cut. I think I've had better weight cuts, but I felt amazing. I filled up fast. I was holding on to everything after the weight cut. So, I had an amazing camp. I really felt like I would finish him or break a significant strike record. But, when a man is fighting with all of his heart for his career and what he loves, which what Su Mudaerji did tonight, you can't do nothing but tip your cap. He made me work for that, and I'm a better man because of it. I think that was his best fight in the UFC, and I think the UFC should let him fight out his contract if he has one more. I think he fought a great fight, and that says more about me as well. He was ranked for a long time at this weight class, and I fully expect to be ranked 13th, or I feel like I should already be ranked, so we'll see.
I love seeing the show of respect. Was there anything from him that surprised you out there? Or did he pretty much seem exactly like how you expected?
No, he just the thing that surprised me the most was I didn't expect him to be there in the third, gas tank wise, and he hasn't shown the aptitude to have a large gas tank or fight well after scrambles. He usually doesn't fight well, so yeah, right. Ooh. Yeah, so in the past he's shown that. After a grapple exchange, he comes back and he's shaking his arms out and he's a lot slower. Tonight, man, he came back. He was relentless. He kept fighting. I was like, in my mind, I'm just like, this is a fight. Let's go, baby. And this is what you want. And I keep saying this is the best promotion in the world, man. Any other place, I see a lot of guys breaking those moments, especially after what I hit him with in the second. He came back. He fought through that round. And, you can't do nothing, like I said, but tip your cap to a guy like that. And it makes me proud of myself to be able to endure that fight. I expected to finish him, but I'm not upset. Usually I would be, but I'm proud of myself for that one.
And you mentioned the toughness that he was able to bring out of you. Do you enjoy fights like that when you're able to sort of see a challenge and then see that and then overcome it? Is that is that something nice that you can feel that you're learning something every fight?
It's funny you say that. My father sent me something today on Instagram, and it was a guy talking about kids who grow up without adversity and challenges in sports, and they just go 68-0, and they never see any challenges, and they get coddled. And he was like, you are built for this because you've challenged yourself every which way. When I began running track, I tried to be a sprinter, and then I moved myself over the distance myself because I couldn't compete, and I had to work for it by the time I became 17 and 18, I hadn't lost in the 3,000 meter run as an AAU athlete, as a youth athlete. You know, I was #1 in the country, and I worked to that. You know, and I see my UFC career and my professional fight career the same way. I've had to work for these things. I've had to grow as a mixed martial artist, and there's been challenges. I had to go through some adversity, and I feel like, you know, I'm starting to hit that stride where everything's going my way again. And I know it's still work to be done, and I'm excited about that. But fights like this, you can't draw up, you can't make up. A guy fighting for his career with all of his heart, you know, I can sit here and say I'm going to destroy this man. He showed up, and you got to give him kudos to that. So.
And you mentioned, you know, I know we said at Media Day, I'm always amazed by a guy your size that's able to make it down in this weight cut. You did mention that it sounded like you said that the weight cut was a bit tough. Do you think that's because you're doing it so often in a year?
I think that kind of is part of it because I do everything right, and I fight like every 81 days, you know, so it's like December 14th is like 7 weeks from now. I already counted. So, like, that's how my mind works, right? So I'm like, heal up for a week and a half, you know. I always eat the right things, do the right things. I may have, like, a few days of eating some sweets, but other than that, you know, I'm back to it. I think the weight cut was more so I ended up in a cold room, in a cold towel, and it was hard to get the room hot, and I usually take baths. So the first night was kind of rougher than normal, and that's all it was. It just took time. It wasn't about like the weight coming off. It always comes off. It just takes a little more time sometimes. I'm 145, 147 walking around. A lot of guys I fight are over 150 walking around, you know, so that's why I'm able to fight so consistently. I'm just tall for the weight class. They say I'm kind of large for the weight class, but these guys are heavy, man. When I fought Zagas Lumagulov, he's walking around 58. I just asked Jake Hadley what he was walking around before we fought in St. Louis. He said 58, 59. Like, how the hell do you guys make 25, right? So they do weigh-ins on the day of fights, and I've almost never been heavier than my opponent. So I'm thankful, I'm blessed, I'm healthy, and I'm going to continue to work my ass off to get to that title. And it's just a matter of time right now. I just got to stay consistent.
If you stay consistent, you keep winning, how many more fights do you think it's going to take before you get to that title shot, you think? How many more wins?
I really would like a top 10 opponent, so it's 2. You know, I would like a main event sometime in the next 2 fights. So that means I got to win the next one, and it may be co-main or something. But I want a 5-round fight as soon as possible. Show them what I can do in 5 rounds, man. I'm just different there. And if anybody knows me, anybody seen me fight in the past, they know that as well. Yeah, man, I just push a relentless pace, you know, and I'm just excited about getting to those, and yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Any particular name, or you just want to get somebody in the top 10?
It's hard to call out names because these guys don't fight. They're injured for a year. Half of them think they're retired.
Yeah.
Other ones are like just sitting on numbers, been there since the Ultimate Fighter, you know, so like I don't really know how to judge the weight class, and that's why you can get Kai Asakura come in and get an opportunity. I'm not jealous. I'm not mad. I'm just saying it's a lot of opportunity there. How do I get to that? You know, how do I make myself that? Because it feels like I'm getting every undefeated guy, every tough challenge before I get that opportunity. And I just want to show them, you know, like I'm an American. I can talk. I got the swag. I got everything this weight class needs. Y'all need somebody to market. These guys can't speak English. Not just because they're foreign. I don't have anything against it, but they don't know how to market themselves. Nobody's talking. There's no parity in this weight class, right? I'm the perfect guy for it. So I just feel like I'm in a prime position to take over and do what needs to be done to make this a weight class people are excited about. Brandon Moreno did it with his style because every fight he in become a barn burner boxing match, you know, and people love to see that. So I'm a little bit more of that and everything of that, you know. So I would love to fight a Kai, not Asakura, but the other one, Kai France. You know, I would love to fight a Manel Kape. You know, I would love to fight those guys in the top 8. I think I've done enough to show that I'm ready for that.
I dig it. And I know you got family in town, but how are you going to celebrate the victory tonight?
We're gonna go eat some good food.
Oh, yeah, what kind of food you looking for?
I don't know yet, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But honestly, look, after weight cuts, the most thing I look forward to is water.
Really?
So I'm thirsty to the motherfucker. So I'm ready to drink everything in sight right now. So yeah, man, just enjoy this with the family. heal up, and my mind's just focused on the next one. Honestly, I knew what I needed to do with this one, and I'm thankful. But there's so much huge things to come, so I'm ready to get back to the work.
Dig it. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you, brother.
Charles right here. I noticed you're a One Piece fan. Are you an anime or manga?
Hold up, you gotta see this shirt. Yeah, you can get the mic. See that? Hey, Squirtle Squad. If you know Pokemon, you know what we on right now. But yeah, man, I'm into anime. I'm into all that. I'm a One Piece fan right now for sure.
I just want to get your thoughts on the last arc we just came out of.
Which one, Egghead?
Yes, sir.
I'm still getting through it. I actually haven't watched the last 3 episodes because I was like saving it as like a treat for myself after the fight. I kind of like took a hiatus, and then they said the 6-month, break for Ichiro Oda. So like I'm like, all right, I might take my time to get to watching them and rewatch some things. So it was a good arc. I like Wano a lot too. So we're gonna see.
It's coming to an end. Final saga.
It's gonna be a while though. Like I think it's like 2 years at least left. So it's a lot left.
Can I get your top 3 arcs on it?
I would say I think Eni's Lobby. Everybody loved that. That arc was dope. It changed the whole vibe of the show. And I think that Wano was nice because it was just culture. It was dope. It was a lot of art. It was real nice. A lot of back and forth contrast in that one. And then Egghead was cool because it's like futuristic. But you're starting to get the backstory of what happened in the past and stuff. And it's like rounding out everything the holes that was filled in the anime. So I think those 3 is what it is.
Can't wait for you to catch up. The new arc is really good too, man.
Yeah, man, I can't wait, man.
Yes, sir. Congrats on the victory.
I don't read the manga because I don't want to like spoil it for myself. I like watching the episodes. Yeah, I read every Harry Potter book multiple times, right? So when the movies came out, I was like, they ain't better than the books. So I already know I don't want to read the manga because I know it's gonna be better than the show. But I enjoy the art. I enjoy the show. Yeah.
Are you gonna watch the new Harry Potter reboot they're doing?
Fuck no.
No.
Hey, baby. We all good?
Yeah, congrats, man.
All right, fellas. Thank you.